Foundation to doctorate. What are your pathways? This is a very common question most of the students are asking day-to-day basis. So let me explain you. Now you have done your O-levels. You are thinking what are your options? Let's think you are following the standard path most of the students are following, which is advanced level. Now if you don't want to follow the A-level pathway and you think you want to fast track your program and get your bachelor's as soon as possible, then your option is a foundation. Foundation is usually equivalent to an A-level qualification. So if your A-level grades are not good enough, then you can either do a foundation and still get the A-level equivalent qualification. So technically A-level and foundation are the stage number 1. Once you complete A-levels or foundation, you are eligible to do your bachelor's degree, which is stage 2. Bachelor's degree usually has 3 years. Year 1 is known as the certificate level. Year 2 is the diploma. Once you complete these 2 years, you have a major exit point, which is usually known as a HND or Higher National Diploma. Or if you want to continue your bachelor's after year 3, either you can get your bachelor's, commonly known as a BSc, BA, B Engineering or equivalent, or you can continue up to your year number 4 and then you can get your honors degree. So HND is your option 3, which most of the students don't know, and there is another option you can complete if you have an HND, that is a top up. Top up is basically the final year of a bachelor's degree. If you have a 2 years HND, you are eligible to enroll into a top up and complete your bachelor's within a 1 year. Top up programs are usually 1 year, and once you complete your top up, that is also equivalent to a bachelor's degree. Now what's the next stage? That is your master's level. Masters are usually, you have 2 types of masters. Masters which are taught masters, and then you have the research masters. Taught masters, mostly you have taught modules and then at the end you have a thesis or a dissertation. Whereas a research master's, you have number of taught programs most of the times, but majority of your workload would be towards the research. Even inside research, you have the masters by research, MRes, or something like MPhil, where MPhil is more towards your doctoral studies and has more research components than an MRes. Now masters, depending on your destination, also differs. The duration is usually 1 year in a UK masters, whereas in the other destinations it could be around 1.5 to 2 years long. Once you complete your masters, then you come to the final stage, which is doctorate. Now doctorate is considered as the highest academic qualification in the standard environment, and the most common doctorates are like the PhD, the DBA or EdD programs. The differentiation between a master's or a doctorate is you are going to figure out something which no one has ever found, like a new theory or an analysis or something like that. And then a doctorate could be somewhere between 3 to 4 years, or sometimes 2 in certain extent based on your masters, or else if you are doing it part-time, maybe 6 to 7 years as well. Now the most important thing during this journey from O-levels to doctorate is not having academic gaps. The reason being, if you have any gaps when you are trying to complete one of these stages, you will find it very difficult to get enrolled into. So the advice here is to have legitimate work experience or do your own business where you can prove that you genuinely had experience during your academic gaps. And consistency is really important. So if you have any questions around this process from O-levels to doctorate, comment below and I would like to clarify all your doubts.